I'm on a quest to find music and art. Supporting local talent is the place I start. Yeah, this is our culture, the place to be. Games, books, arts, and crafts and jewelry. This the guardians of the geekery. 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 And now for today's episode of Guardians of the Geekery with your hosts, Matt, Carol, and Joey.
Holy for holies, Guardians of the Geekery back with another Geekery Market special edition for Geekery Market 2025 at the Cabarrus Arena and Event Center. Let's not forget that Event Center, please. It is Saturday, November 15th.
That's the building we're in, so.
That's right. 10 to 4. And once again, Second Harvest is our charity. Please bring canned goods if you could to donate or non-perishable food items in lieu of a admission fee. It's free to get in, folks. There is a small parking fee, but guess what? It's a huge parking lot, over 3,000 spaces, so ample parking for once. That's one of those things that seems trivial, but is oh so important. I can tell you when I'm trying to get someplace and enjoy something, and I've got to park 300 blocks away and pay $25 an hour. So this is much better, and we can't wait to see you guys. But hey, we've got something really special for you here. We've been focusing on a lot of vendors and people coming. This is entertainment, folks. So Seth and Corey are with us, and they're going to be performing on our music tent and just really kind of setting the mood for our event. So we're thrilled to have both of you, Seth and Corey. And thanks so much for being on the podcast and also coming out and entertaining the masses of 30,000 square feet of geeky goodness. It's like real life Etsy for geeks, and you guys are the real life entertainment for the geeks. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Welcome.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah. And we normally say don't put baby in the corner, but you will be in the music corner. I think we call it the music tent because it's always been the tent, but we decided last year it would be better to be inside with all the crowd than outside, braving the weather. Because obviously everybody wants to be inside where all the excitement is. And Seth reached out to us a couple months ago and said, hey, I was there. I would like to play. And I said, tell me more. And we are so excited. Now, we love Valentine Wolf. We love all the people that have played for us in the past. But when Valentine Wolf said, hey, we're going to be taking a year off as a rest, and Seth said, hey, we'd love to come in. And we were like, yes,
please.
Kismet. It truly was a cosmic situation. So we were very excited about that. So yeah, exactly, right? So tell us a little bit about Cosmic Deep Six as well as Ghost Fossils, how you guys got started, what kind of music you play, and what we might expect to hear from you at the market.
Sure. Well, yeah, Cosmic Deep Six is my my kind of music project I've been working on for the last few years. Primarily, originals, some covers, very electronic based, a lot of influence from David Bowie, Daft Punk. But I think the real star of the Cosmic Deep Six show is going to be the pageantry and the theatrics. It's going to be some fun visuals. We're going to have some monitors on the stage. We'll have some bright lights, some bright colors. I bought a fog machine. Joey, of course, you can veto any of these ideas. If I'm going a little over.
Now people will be coming up to me at the market and go, "What the heck? He told us a fog machine. Where's the fog?" So.
Okay. I have it right here. Is the little fog machine. So we're ready to go. Tested. Quality assured.
So we're talking low-level fog. We're not talking John Carpenter's The Fog, right?
Yeah, because we did put the baker over by you because we figured people would buy cake and sit down and eat it. So no foggy cake, okay?
See, this is good that we're getting this all out now because I need to know what my boundaries are. It's good.
No,
It's
no
very good.
confetti cannon either. No confetti
Yeah, no
cannon.
confetti, no glitter. No glitter.
No,
That's
no,
I gotta
absolutely
me
not.
too glitter. It's kind of like Rocky Horror. No glitter, right, Carol? So
No glitter. Nope,
at least
nope,
it is
nope.
a wood. I mean, it's a concrete floor. We used to get in trouble with Rocky Horror shows because the glitter just does not come out of carpet.
Oh,
Not at
You
goodness.
could
all.
try,
Not at
it just
all.
never does.
I
So,
guess I'll
but
have to take back my glitter machine
Yeah, that's
because I was going to spray it everywhere.
yeah, so we had a previous seller show us a glitter frame, and he was saying, yeah, it's all through. When he packed up at the end of the day, it's through all of his storage boxes. So,
Save it for the after party.
yeah, exactly. It'll be strange bathroom experiences for people. So,
So just to be clear and clarify, yes, low level fog for atmosphere. No killer ghosts in the fog.
Oh, good.
thank
That,
you.
that's
Will be friendly fog, friendly approachable fog.
So,
And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, oh, people are going to see that and be like, oh, this is the corner where we can vape.
no.
No.
I'll make an announcement from the mic so everybody knows.
So that's a
no,
no?
no vaping. Yeah,
no vaping.
But you will
not
be
in the
close
building.
to the outside door. People can walk out and vape and come back in.
Right.
There,
Yeah,
there will be
that'll
the fire breathing dragon outside, but inside, just keep it to the fog.
There we
So
go.
low level fog.
Oh.
So yeah, so it's a whole experience. It's not just the music. It's experiential. Is that a word? I made it a word.
I love it.
It's-
I love
think
it.
it's a
I think
word.
that is a word. I think it is a
Yeah.
word, and it is that. And yeah, that's what we're going for. We'll see what happens. This is really kind of a maiden voyage for us on this. This seems like a great opportunity because uh, you guys are our people. I think you're going to get it. Um, we have a little more wiggle room here, kind of playing throughout the day. It'll start with one or both of us, Ghost Fossils and Cosmic Deep Six. We'll be doing separate sets. We'll be doing some collaborative stuff together. Just to give you a little bit of background on us, Corey and I met back in college. We were both playing in different bands back then, and I met Corey, and he's the best musician I know. He's the coolest guy I know.
Oof.
I wouldn't want to play music with anybody else.
Oh, shucks.
Aw.
So this is kind of exactly where I want to be. But we did kind of part ways back then and kind of do our own thing, and life got in the way. And just in recent years, we've kind of reunited and started working on some stuff together again. And it's been really
I'm
good.
gonna start singing Peaches and Herbs here any minute now. Reunited.
Yeah,
And it
yeah.
feels so good.
Oh, I'm gonna write that one down. Yeah, we
Go
gotta
ahead.
come up with
Cover
Start
it.
programming
Yeah.
the EDM version of that.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So we're really excited to do that. But I'll hand it to Corey here to talk a little bit about Ghost Fossils, I guess, because I think I've
Oh,
said
right.
my piece.
Yeah, like Seth said, I used to play a lot when I was a teenager and in college. Seth and I used to sit around and play guitar between classes and goof off. And I wrote a lot of songs back then. And then, like you said, life got in the way. I, got a regular job and didn't mess with it for a while until I was stuck at home in 2020. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
That sucked. But anyway, like I was sitting there, I was surrounded by
This
my
whole thing
guitars.
is kind of reminiscent of that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was sitting there and I had all these guitars and I was by myself. So I started writing again and I did about like 10 songs and put them on Spotify and started, messing with that kind of stuff again. And I've been working on stuff since then. I just haven't recorded and released anything yet. But I am working on stuff and I'm excited to play for you guys. My stuff is a little bit less. Is it less flashy? Is that what I should say, Seth? It's more like, hey, I'm upset and I have an acoustic guitar, boo, and then whatever. But
It's a different medium. I wouldn't say it's any less flashy.
Okay, fair.
The flash is there. The flash is present.
Yeah. The flash is so fast you can't see it though. In my get it is okay. That's fine.
I like it.
Would you like to see
Yeah,
it
there
again?
you go. Comic book.
But anyway,
Nice job.
yeah, I don't know. I love music. It's my favorite thing. I listen to an inordinate amount of it, and I soak it up like a sponge. So I tend to take what I've soaked up and reprocess it into what I do. And working with Seth has been really fun because he is the same, but his musical background is just slightly different than mine in a lot of ways. So we have like a lot of overlap, but then we have stuff where he's like, David Bowie, and I'm like, oh, Brian Adams, I guess, and he's like,
Yeah.
or I'm like, whatever. You get what I'm saying. Like the two of us together, it makes a pretty good combination because like where I lack, he kind of picks up the slack, and I don't know if I pick up any slack from him, but I help. I hope.
I don't know. I don't know if you guys have listened to any of Ghost Fossil stuff. Corey has an amazing voice. I'm excited for you guys to hear him. It's
Yeah.
gonna be
No,
phenomenal.
I've really
Yeah.
enjoyed it. Yeah, I think that one of the cool things about music, just like about life in general, is a lot of times I used to like to move from place to place when I was younger in my 20s. And but I always would go find a temp agency, walk in, say, "Hey, I'm really good with Excel and Word." And they're like, "Okay, we'll put you in this industry. We'll put you in that industry. We'll put you in that industry," because the basics of what I needed to do was always the same. And
Sure.
then as I got older and was like, "Hey, maybe I should like try to find a job, as opposed to the jobs, just to kind of keep me going." Um, One of the things that I found I brought to the table was the fact that I had been in this industry and that industry and that industry, and everybody does something just a little bit different.
Yeah.
And so you can go, like I worked on the T-Mobile side of technical stuff, and I've also worked in radio and television, but I've also worked for banks, and then I've worked for, startups and different things, is that you can kind of say, "Hey, to an industry over here, what if we tried this? Because this industry's been doing it for years and this industry never occurred to them." And I think it's the same way with music. It's like you bring one genre, he brings another genre, and you start to expose each other to those different music styles and techniques and stuff. And then all of a sudden you're able to come up with this amazing new third version because nobody's ever done those two mixes together.
Yeah.
And kind of seeing where the differences are, the gaps are. So I think I always think it's better when you've got that collab where you have people coming from different backgrounds because each has something to offer. Where if you only both studied the exact same musical groups and genres, you wouldn't have that more robust sound that you can get when you collaborate. So
Exactly. Right.
And so, yeah, and I think that's the other side of it is that Corey and I have both over the years developed a very individual thing. And I think that's one of the reasons that something like this is so cool for us. It's such a cool opportunity, because it allows us to do our own thing and kind of come together and do our collaborative thing as well, kind of all at the same time. And I hope this kind of sets a precedent moving forward for our stuff. And it is kind of the first. I don't know. Corey, is this? I know you've done like some open mics and some collaborative stuff with some other artists. Is this going to be the first like full Ghost Fossil set that anybody's going to hear?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think so.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Because like I said,
Ooh, you heard it,
so
folks.
come to the
Come to
Geekery
market.
Market
Besides, like-
because you can say you've heard it here first. So.
Yeah.
there you go. Yeah.
Mhm.
Besides, like probably some random neighbors. Yeah.
And I think that's the other interesting thing about what you guys are planning to bring to the market. And one of the things that we noticed last year that kind of worked well was that we had two very different musical groups last year as well. And they did something similar, not the same music styles at all, but there was definitely Valentine Wolf sets, there were Corwin the Barbarian sets, and then towards the end of the day, they did some jam sessions together. And it was interesting in the post-market surveys how people were saying you could tell when the music jive switched from one genre to another because certain sellers did better and certain sellers didn't do as well because the
Okay.
mood was affected. I mean,
Oh no.
music,
Okay.
you
I'll
know,
try not to be too mopey then.
Oh no.
some of the people over in the dark goth emo section will be all about that life.
Oh,
So, you know,
true.
because
That's
it'll
right. We
sell.
got lots of
Yeah.
authors that sell dystopian novels. So
So, yeah.
That's where the
You
fog
know-
machine comes in.
There
That's
we
yeah,
go.
Yeah.
exactly.
Everybody loves a good fog.
Everyone. But yeah,
If you
so
could just
like
if you could just have subliminal drops like buy my stuff,
Ghost
buy my
Fossils and Cosmic Deep Six are all about capitalism if we are about nothing else. So that is exactly the
Yeah.
plan right there.
We should write a song
Oh.
between now and then about buying more shit. Wait,
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
no.
we put that out if you need to. Sorry
I
about that.
actually have written that song. I can share it with you. And
Oh, perfect.
I wrote it for John Hartness, who is the publisher at Falstaff, who will be in the corner over by you. We did a roast for him, right, Carol?
Yes.
When he turned 50?
50,
40?
I think it was. I
Yeah.
think it was 50.
Because people would come by, and everybody's always so nice and polite. And John is a grunge version of my husband, Matt. In fact, Facebook used to tag Matt as John and John as Matt whenever I would post a picture. But he literally will say, buy my shit.
Yeah, you walk up to his booth, he's just buy my
So
shit.
I wrote a song saying, buy my shit, you know, to the tunes of Silver Bells. So yes, we could totally, you guys should do a Silver Bells little EDM
Go.
version
Yeah.
because that would be a little call out to John and everybody would
To
laugh.
call out the John gets everybody in the holiday spirit, you know?
There you go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's
Buy
a
their
win-win on
stuff,
every-
buy their stuff.
Buy their
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, you could sanitize it for the family friendly crowd, but just say buy the stuff, buy the stuff. Yeah, so yeah, totally. But yeah, the happy music people bought more at the happy booths, and the sad music people bought more at the sad booths.
Bought everything at Little Shop of Horror.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so get the horror music in there. But yeah,
So we have musicians on. I have to ask, past and present, what is your dream concert lineup?
Oh wow.
Past and present separately.
Past and present. Yeah, they could be gone, they could be still living.
Okay. Well, the
Dream
Beatles.
concert.
You go first, huh?
I would say I'd love to see the Beatles live. I think that would be pretty incredible if you could go back in time and do
version
that.
of the Beatles.
What
The White
version of the
Album or
any version of the Beatles?
the Mop
honestly.
Top version.
That's the
take it.
joy of the Beatles is every version of the Beatles is good. That's
Right,
the
yeah,
weird
correct,
thing about
correct,
it.
yeah. There's no, you can't. I was watching a thing. Ethan Hawke was talking about that. He was like, you can't have a favorite Beatle because somebody was like, my favorite Beatle is John. And it's like, no. When you got the Beatles together, the the sum was greater than the whole. You know, it was one of those things where it was a phenomenal, thing that happened at that point in history. But yeah, so are we talking about like a lineup, like a
You could do like two or three
Burning
band
Man or
lineups.
something?
If you
Yeah.
could do
Three entire days and 5 minutes. Go.
No, let's say three performers or groups that would be a lineup for a concert for a night.
I would, if I could see the Beatles, U2, and David Bowie on stage together, I think that would be
That would be
Wow,
pretty.
that would be
phenomenal
amazing.
things.
That would be
Yeah.
pretty damn awesome.
I'd be
No
talking
pressure,
about that for the
Corey.
rest of my life.
Your turn, Brian Adams guy. So
I probably chose Brian Adams foolishly, but
No, I'm
I listened
just-
to him a lot when I was a kid. Honestly, I'm like racking my brain. I've seen REM twice. I'd like to see them again. I would like to see Radiohead. I've never seen Radiohead.
God. I
And
saw
this,
Tom York, but I didn't
Yeah?
see
How's
Radiohead.
that?
Tom York was excellent.
I bet he was.
I saw his Anima tour. That
Oh,
was
cool.
I
Okay,
drove down
yeah.
to Atlanta to see him. That was a highlight. 'Cause I
And,
never got to see Radiohead.
Yeah, I'd love to. They might tour again. I don't know. and Sigur Rós. They are active still, and they toured a couple years ago, but they didn't come anywhere near here. I'd love to see them. So there we go. They're Icelandic. I don't know if you guys know them, but
I've heard of them. I've heard of them.
yeah.
I have not, but now I'm going to add them to my list. So,
Yeah.
You ever see How to Train Your Dragon?
The movies?
Yeah.
No.
Well, I've seen the cartoons. I have not seen the live
Yeah.
action.
The songs that play over the end credits. On those
Oh,
movies,
okay.
Yeah, by the main guy from that band.
No,
That's my
like
entry
How to
point,
Train Your
honestly.
Dragon, Carol. No, I've seen live dragons being trained. I didn't really like the
Never
movies.
seen them.
What else is there?
Can they come to the market too? The live dragons? That'd be amazing.
That'd be cool. Although the fire thing might make that tricky.
That might be, there might be a lot of destruction there.
You said no
I'd
fire.
like to have been sitting in a chair when the Traveling Wilburys first got together and did their
Oh, there you go.
decided
That's
to
an
do their
interesting
play.
answer.
I would like to be in a jam session of them. And then, I love the singer-songwriters. I'm like a James Taylor, Carly Simon. You can tell a story with a song kind of girl. So that's definitely it. And I will say this, I had the opportunity to go see the Rolling Stones. It was floor seats. Jason Mraz was the opener, so it was kind of a weird thing, and you could tell that they weren't ready to come on because at the end of every song, he was just doing doodling, like trying to make the song hang out. And I was like, dude, I am not. But I was
I
hopped
think
up on.
that's just a Jason Mraz show.
I was on so much cough medicine, but I wasn't gonna miss the opportunity to be there. I had my ears were so swollen. I would have loved to go back and listen to them without a cold and
Yeah.
without the ear infection. I would have liked to have seen that concert, but at least I could say that I was there. I got to see, Mick Jagger up close and personal and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, there's a difference between listening to certain music and seeing performances, right?
Yeah.
And there's some people that you love to listen to them sing, but maybe not the performance. Like if you go in concerts, it's not quite the same for whatever reason. Like they're not as much of a showman or whatever. And I'm going to say this, and you can laugh at me all you want, but the very first concert I was invited to, somebody else had the tickets. I did not buy the tickets. Was a Barry Manilow concert. Say what you will, but that man is a showman. And he had so he set the bar for what I expected a concert to be with, like when you interact with the audience, that there were sets and there was props and there was timing and stuff. And you see somebody like Taylor Swift and they do that as well. And then you go to some of these other concerts, even Queensryche, I got to see a Queensryche concert, and you get to see that. But then you go to other things and it's like they barely come on stage, they barely perform. You can tell they're lip syncing, and even though you like their music and what they write, the concert's not it, right? Like the concert's not the thing. It's the music. So I think that would be the difference for me. But definitely, I'm from the New England area, so Aerosmith was the concerts we wanted to go to, and what's the name? Angel is a Centerfold. It's
Jake Giles
Band.
Jake Giles Band. Those were the kinds of bands that I saw in and around Boston when I was growing up. So that was.
I bet that was a great live show.
Yeah, they were good because they were energetic. They were enthusiastic. They wanted to be out there. They weren't in their drug haze days yet. So.
Did you know that Barry Manilow used to play backup for Bette Midler when she first started?
And Katie Segal was a harlot, and she put out an album called "Don't Hurry the Harvest." That was amazing, but it was a very different style from anything she performed. And she was known as Peg Bundy by that time, so people just didn't appreciate it. Yes, I'm a little bit of a music nerd. That would be my genre. So. Hey, Matt, you haven't talked.
I have a fourth one. I got to throw out the Sex
Pistols.
Okay. Oh, the Sex Pistols.
Yeah, that'd be a good
lineup
one.
of the Sex Pistols. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
Them and the Ramones.
Oh yeah, the Ramones,
the original room,
and the Clash. There we go.
Yeah,
that'd be a good three.
See, I would have been
There.
there for the Clash. I regret not seeing the Clash. I missed my opportunity to see Dead Can Dance because the tour happened right around Dragon Con, and they were in Raleigh as I was
Mm.
leaving for Dragon Con, and Atlanta as I was leaving from Dragon Con. So I'm like, damn it. Sorry, I sidetracked the entire conversation with some question about concerts, but it's music
a
related.
great sidetrack. I love
Yes.
it.
I'm bad at this kind of stuff because I'm like, you say that and like immediately 40 things pop into my head, and I was like, now I gotta narrow it down to 3. And then people
now it
start
would be a
talking, and
music
I'm like, oh
festival.
yeah, that and that, and also I still want to see Nine Inch Nails. Oh, Seth, hey, they're gonna be here. Like, you want to go?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like in January or February. Okay. Anyway, sorry, you guys go ahead.
Yeah, what is it? What is it called? The Handle with Care tour or whatever it is?
I guess. Yeah. They also
I'm
just did that
assuming they'll be
Tron
playing
thing.
Tron
or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen some clips from that. It looks amazing. By the way, I have nothing against Jason Mraz. I threw that out there. To get taken
But that's
no, it's on record. You're done.
Yeah.
He's no Jack Johnson. I'll say that.
All right. We're all going to be quiet for a second and let Matt actually tell us which songs he has, because I've tried to let him tell us 4 times now.
Sorry.
No, I'm sort of like you, Corey. Everything just started exploding. And but my first concert actually was Quiet Riot.
Ooh,
nice. The Toledo Sports Arena. And my dad, it was general admission. So my dad, who is a big guy, he kind of blocked for me, and we got up to the front and suffered major. He probably had major hearing loss, but it was just all pot smoke. And I remember my dad afterwards was just like, I've never had marijuana, but I definitely knew that was marijuana. I was like, you are correct. I'm high. I was like 12 years old and high as a kite. And I ended up in the yearbook. I had the Quiet Riot shirt on, and I'm all like basically we used to call them burnouts back then. And my hair is just kind of there, and I'm like so tired, and I'm at home ec, and I'm like sewing an apron or something. Just like absolutely, just like completely contact buzz, hungover. But about a week after that, you're talking about showmanship, and a show I didn't want to go to was in. My dad took the whole family to Michigan to see Tom Jones because my mom wanted to see him.
Oh my God!
And it was a dinner theater, so people, the girls are throwing their bras and they're eating like people's soup, and it's just like craziness. But Tom Jones just ripped it up. I mean, it was like, what the heck? I mean, I just seen Kevin DeBro dancing around the stage and stuff. But I would say I would love to see the original Van Halen. I got to see another permutation of them when they had Wolfgang on bass, which that was still really cool. But Michael Anthony,
I saw Van Hagar. It was fun when I was a kid.
Oh, I've seen that. Yeah, I absolutely love that. But I would see that, and I've seen the Beastie Boys a million times when they were when they were all live. But I would love to see them too. And so I'm kind of all over the place. I did get to see David Lee Roth on the Eat 'Em and Smile tour. My dad took me to that one, and it was sort of like the opposite Tom Jones thing for him. He absolutely didn't like the music, but he's like, I'll tell you what, he was just like, I was so excited the whole time because he's such a showman. I mean, this is when he was wearing the spandex and stuff, and he's flying above the crowd on a surfboard. I mean, just everything you wanted it to be. And but it was cool because my dad could always appreciate that stuff, and so I kind of like that. But and I would love to see Marvin Gaye in there, which that'd be kind of an interesting concert to do that. But when I saw Van Halen on their last tour, Kool and the Gang had the same manager, so they opened for Van Halen.
Oh, wow!
And I got there to see that. Yeah, and I was just like blown away because it's like, I don't know how you even afford. I mean, they had a full horn section up there. Dancers. I mean, it was like 16, 17 people on stage. I'm like, how do you even afford to feed that many people on this tour? I mean, it was just absolutely, it's like they had to all be getting like scale, but it was such a cool thing. And it was funny. Some people left after Kool and the Gang. So some people just came for Kool and the Gang. Some people just came for Van Halen. I was there for both, and I just ate it up. But I really like when those things kind of intersect like that. And it's, I mean, I don't know. It's just really cool, but no, that's amazing. You guys kind of remind me of when you're working together is a little bit and separate, kind of like Harold Faltermeyer, who did like the Axel F theme and a lot of the '80s soundtracks back in the day.
Yeah,
but I get that vibe a little bit, and then in kind of an odd way, My Life with the Thrill Kill Cult. because they would always kind of
gosh.
reference themselves. I don't know. That's kind of from the industrial area back in the '90s, but it's just like I don't know. There's something like Ghost Fossils and Cosmic Deep Six. When you're saying you're saying that, I was like, oh, that reminds me because the Thrill Kill Cult would always be like the Thrill Kill, and like John Spencer's Blues Explosion. He had like so many songs where he was just like John Spencer's Blues Explosion. John Spencer, he would just say that, and you're like, this is amazing. So anyway,
like our listeners are probably Googling all these names right now. What are people talking about? Like, who is this person? But I think that's the cool thing about music. It's just so much out there to listen to. I feel like it's a little bit like being a geek, right? Like there are so many different genres, different fandoms, different things. But if we all can come together and be excited about the fact that we're all excited about the music we love or the genres we love, there's room for everybody. So there's room for Marvin Gaye. Yeah, no, both Matt and I worked in radio. We actually worked for some of the same people at different times before we ever started dating. And
that's cool.
I worked for both a country station at the same time I was working for several African American community stations and different things like that. So we would go and be part of very different concerts, and the things that you see and you learn and you observe was just always fascinating to me because some things were very much the same and some things were very much different, and kind of being able to, top 40s or club hits versus country music versus, whatever. I still, what is it? Public Enemy is Flava Flav. Is that right? Am I saying it right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think so.
Sorry, I'm that person. So Public Enemy came to do a car show at one of the car stations, and it wasn't Flava Flav. It was the other two, and they were. We get excited. We would get excited for certain singers and musical acts that would come to the radio station. We'd all put our names that we would like, a signed autograph or something like that in case they were an in and out guest. And these two guys that were left from Public Enemy were chasing us around the station, being like, "Do you want our autographs?" And we're like, "No, we're good. We're good."
Was Chuck D one of them?
No, it was the other. I
just look it up.
Yeah. So Flava Flav and Chuck D. Yeah. And it was so bad because they're black and white, 8x10 black and whites that they were using for signatures. They had Sharpie markered out the previous representation and were writing in the new representation. They were on hard times, and they were like saying, "Hey, do you guys want to take us out for drinks?" And we're like, "No, we're good. We're good." So
no thanks, Terminator X.
Exactly. You were not the one. Like if it was Flava Flav coming around, that would be different. But yeah, you guys are not the ones.
Corey, that's right. Do not chase Joey around with our 8x10 headshots.
I already scratched out our prior representation, so we should be
good.
Like, because you'd walk by our cubicles and we'd have all the autographs up from our artists we'd met that year, and people would be like, "Oh, do you want mine?" Thanks. I also had to go to my boss and tell him that I accidentally stepped on Robin Thicke's foot right before one of his shows, and I'm 5'10", and I had these big, really high heels, so I was like 6'3", and he was 6'5" or whatever, and I stepped my heel trying to get out of his way, and I had to say, I think I broke the artist. I'm so sorry.
Was it a thick heel?
Yeah, I was gonna say. No.
Right,
yeah, so, it's always fun. But those radio station days were always interesting when you get the artist coming in because you're trying to be like all chill and cool and respectful, but you're like, so. All right. Well, you guys, if people want to go and check out some of your music beforehand, tell them how they can find you.
I'm on, Ghost Fossils on most streaming services. I think pretty much all of them.
Same at Cosmic Deep Six, all one word, no spaces. Same with Ghost Fossils. Yeah, we will have.
Mine's 2 words, 1 space. Yeah.
Oh, okay. There you go. Good to know. Good to know. We will have a little merch at the show.
Okay.
We'll have CDs. there will be a QR code on the CD. If you want to come up and hit the QR code on the CD, it will take you to links to Spotify and all our social media. Then you can put the CD back down and walk away. That's just fine. We realize a whole lot of people maybe
throw it like a frisbee.
Don't have optical disc drives quite the way they used to. So if that's what you need to do, it's totally cool to do that. We'll have a little other merch there, but yeah, the main thing we want to do is just connect with people, promote some vendors, and just meet everybody and be part of the festivities.
Yeah. So if you like any of the artists that we talked about today, or none of them, you should still check out Cosmic Deep
Yes, absolutely.
and Ghost Fossils, because I have a feeling you're going to love this. And the cool thing about it is we are going to be, so if you came last year and you said, hey, I couldn't even hear the music tent till I got to the right side of the building, which, you should always be on the right side. But we actually are going to be utilizing the audio equipment in the building, so you should be able to hear it across the event. But we will have tables and chairs, so you can go over and sit in the audience and listen, or if you want to get some of your concessions or some of your cakes or freeze-dried candies or different things like that, and just chill out for a little while. But you don't have to worry about missing it, because you can also shop and listen. But make sure to check it out. The biggest thing about the Geekery Market is we started it for two reasons: to support local businesses in the area, and to give back to the community through the Second Harvest food drive. So this is a way that you can do a little bit of both. You can come in, you can hear some great music, support these local artists, then go and buy some stuff while listening to them and shopping, and they will, I'm sure, play music that entices you to buy more.
Yes,
and then you can also just kind of chill out and eat some food, and also bring some food with you that we can share with people in the community who may be having a food scarcity challenge. So check that out. You guys, I appreciate you being willing and reaching out to us and saying, hey, we think we can bring something of value to the event, because we were so glad to have you. And we're looking forward to seeing you in just a few weeks. So check them out, and we will see you soon.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
That was an episode of Guardians of the Geekery. Thank you for listening. Check us out at guardiansofthegeekery.com and stay tuned for more content.